Right here with none other than the world-renowned, famously known, internationally known, the SYL family. Let me get y'all to introduce yourselves real quick. Right here, 7.
Maintain.
AP.
X.
Snipe Young Maserati. Big
Hey, listen, that's like nostalgic for me. I had to go back, you know what I'm saying, in the archives for that one. My dude, Sniper, the SYF family, 7, Big Jen, Maintain, the Executioner, X, A Pastel. I hope he was still with them by that time. Hey, it's your boy DJ Strick the Legend. This is Strick City Live. Thank y'all for hanging out with me. We were a couple of minutes late trying to get some of the technical stuff together. My microphone wouldn't work. I got this new mic set up, and I didn't have the appropriate driver. So y'all know how stuff happens, man. But we gonna go ahead and do it anyway. I hope you can hear me loud and clear. So without further ado, I want to go ahead and get my girl A-Lo on. See if I can introduce her. Hey.
Hey,
What's
y'all.
up, girl?
Hey, what's up, y'all? It's your girl A-Lo. How y'all doing?
We're doing
I gotta
fine,
remember where my
A-Lo.
camera is. I moved it from last week, so here we are.
Yeah, it's
How
right
y'all
there.
doing?
We're doing great.
Good,
Good,
good.
good.
How you doing over there quarantining, Strick? Are you
I'm
quarantining?
listen. I've been working like a slave since it's quarantine time. I'm telling you, it has not stopped for me. I don't know what everybody else is doing, but I literally was in the studio all day today. All
Uh-oh.
day. I had a huge
Social
project.
distancing, of course, right?
So what now?
Social distancing, of course.
No, working. But it was just me in the studio, so it was just
Oh,
me.
okay, got
It
you.
was
Not
me,
with
but
other
I
people,
was,
just you by yourself.
yeah, I was just really working, eh? So I didn't get a chance to do this earlier, so I'm
Mhm.
gonna tell you a quick little story, and then we're gonna get to the guest today. Can you, before I
Okay.
do that, you mind giving out the rules, like our rules for today?
Okay, our rules for today. If you guys are watching right now, it's very simple. You guys share this video, and as you share your video, post your Cash App, and you might get a little blessing from us from Strick City. But you have to share this video. Share it right now, right now, right now, right now, right now. The more times you share, possibly the better. Who knows? Who knows? Share the video, post your Cash App. You might get a little blessing. It's that simple.
That's what's up. That's what's up. So
Yeah.
definitely, big shouts out to my girl Miss Patton for watching today. And I've been distant from people, but not on. I mean, only because we have to. I'm missing my new
Yeah.
rising star family. You know what I'm saying? But I know the time will come. We'll all get a chance to get together. You are able to make comments, and as you make comments online, Alo will get a chance to take a look at them. Definitely big shouts out to this person that's on my timeline right now by the name of Kim Scott. I have no
Whoop,
idea who
whoop,
that
whoop.
is, but I appreciate you making a comment. Whatever it is. So I do want to say
Sis,
this.
hey.
So what now?
I was
We're,
telling her, hey, sis, hey.
so we're asking people to share. So thank you for reminding us. We want everybody that if you share this, there will and so you got to share and add your Cash App name.
Cash App. Yes. That's simple.
So
Share
if you share
and
the
add.
video, add your Cash App name, we're able to find your share and we're able to find your Cash App name. And what happens is we're going to choose a winner and we're going to just send you something through Cash App.
Yes, one person. One week we had two people we chose. So, I mean, you never know. You never know. So that may be a lucky night where we choose two people. So, yeah, hang
Never know.
around.
So I do want
Never
you
know.
to share it, and we wanna have like this huge audience tonight because of the guests that we have. Y'all don't want to miss
Yes.
this tonight. Like really, I'm so excited about this guest. I've known him since he was probably about 15 years old. Like literally known him since he was that young, and it is a
Yes.
pleasure to see the man that he's grown into and everything that he's like literally dreamed of really come true. So I'm talking because I want people to come on. When I bring him on, I really want people to be here. And hey, I do have something I want to share with you because me and you haven't talked about this next part.
Okay. Well, you did tell me you had a story to tell me. So, back to that. Is that what this is?
No, this is the Strick City Collectors Cup. You see that?
Strict, Strict City Collectors Cup.
Yeah. So we're giving these away too. So as people do the
Cool.
share thing, you can have a special Strict City
I
Cup.
don't have one.
Well, you need to get one.
How do you get a cup?
So we actually had these for my birthday a couple years ago, and of course you were traveling I'm in LA, I'm in Chicago, I'm in Cleveland. You were doing all that stuff, so you couldn't make it.
Yeah, well, I mean, I had to support the hubby, but yeah,
There you go.
I
See
couldn't
that?
make it. I remember that. So,
Hey,
Strict
so I
City
got one of
Collectors
these on
Cup.
deck for you, I do.
Okay, thank you. So,
Strict
what
City.
does everybody else have to do to get a cup?
They gotta share it, and if they share it,
Oh,
we'll pick somebody to get one of these too. Strict City.
share.
Oh, let me do it like this. Oh, where am I at? Is that
There
good?
you go. There you go, Vanna White. There you go. There
If
you
I
go.
stand like, if I just stand here long enough, do you think people will get it? This is really cool. This is a really cool item. I also had people show up. So Saturday, I got this snow biz. It's not my business. It's a business that's out there that's traveling
I saw
around
that.
on the east side of the city. And
Mm-hmm.
I know people like snow cones, right? So I
Right.
posted up at the snow cone place. I went and I bought 20 of them, okay? And I literally just went on live and said, hey, y'all come get them. And people actually came to get them. Like, do you believe that?
You randomly just went to a snow cone place and just bought a whole bunch of snow cones.
And went on live and said, hey, well, actually I recorded it because I wanted to be sure I ain't making any mistakes. I wanted to be sure it was cool with the people. They said, yeah, I mean, I was buying snow cones, and basically all you had to do is come up and say, hey, I want the Strick City snow cone, and people got free snow cones.
Okay, that's what's up.
Why not, right? I am supporting the local business. You know, the snow cone business has been, you know, nobody's been outside. They haven't been able to post up. That was the first weekend they could post up, and they did fairly well. Not because I said anything. They, you know, people like snow cones. So because people like snow cones, I bought some, and I shared them. So next time, you got to go get some, too.
I mean, I'm just saying, can you shoot me a text or something? Let me know the next time you feel like being generous and just buying people stuff.
I would do that just for you, I would text you and say, hey, go get the snow cone because I already bought them. Why not, right?
Your nephew would have loved the snow cone.
That's what's up. We got to give him a snow cone. What color does he like?
Blue.
Blue snow cone. So he can have blue all over his face, and stuff.
Yes, purple lips before it's over.
That's what's up.
Okay, we got 38 people up in here right now. Are you ready to introduce our guests, or are we going to take some more time? I mean, because we could take some more time.
I don't know. I think we should just try to do our best to take a little bit more time. I tell you what I'm gonna do right now. I'm gonna do this. To kind of introduce them. Maybe I'll have some footage to introduce them. What do you think?
Yeah, you had to let me know when I'm on the camera by myself. You can't be showing my little 8-track TV, my VCR TV in the back.
Please move the TV.
You supposed to.
Hey, here we go. An introduction to my dude, Snipe Young.
Snipe came to me, the Native Instruments headquarters in LA, and said, hey, I got this idea for an expansion, which involves kind of the works of Puff Daddy with the Bad Boy, and what Jermaine Dupri was doing with So So Def. And when Snipe broke it down to me, it was a no-brainer. I was like, we got to jump on this right away.
I wanted to make it user-friendly, meaning thinking production first, where you can just grab it and start creating instead of having to try to put kits together. So all of the sounds in the pack actually work together sonically, and I laid them out on the grid, the 16 pads, to where you can find a combination. For example, if I just pick this sound, those two go together with that sound. And then I have the ghost notes on the 1 and the 5, so you can pick up a ghost note. So if you wanted to create something like, yeah, same thing here.
With these expansions, we have a new way of doing expansions, not just for machine. We're also making it available on battery and as one-shots and loops, so that if you don't have a machine, you can still use them in Ableton, Logic, any DAW basically that you feel comfortable with. Knowing that, when we were kind of talking about Infamous Flow, Snipe is a master at layout, which makes sense for people to make beats to and to produce to. A little bit of the Brat flavor, here we go.
When I'm creating the packs, I'm always thinking of the pack as a book. So when I approached the Infamous Flow pack, I was thinking, okay, most of this stuff was a lot of samples. I don't have a 60-piece orchestra to go and sample this and go and sample that. So I was like, how can I approach this and still give the user the vibe of reaching in a crate and pulling out a record and putting it on a record player and sampling it. So I approached it with a lot of the multi-sample, like I played a lot of stuff on there, and I played bass and live guitar and stuff, and made it as a loop and sampled it myself back into it. So I'm thinking of it like I found this in a crate, but I actually created it. It makes you feel like you're just like the dopest producer ever because of the
everything into
because I'm a producer first, you know. So I'm thinking about it in the aspect of creating versus the aspect of just listening.
That's what's up, my dude Sniper right there. I'm going to go ahead and introduce him really quick. Y'all give it up one time for Snipe Young. There he is. What's up, brother?
What up, man?
How you doing,
You
dude?
didn't give me the countdown. I was looking at the screen.
I got you, man.
What up, man?
You know what I'm saying? It's good to see you, sir.
Likewise. How y'all doing down there?
We got a slow latency on your camera for whatever reason. It's kind of like moving in slow motion. I want to make sure I get that right. So I'm going to come right back to you and see if I can get you on. And there you go. There you go. Can you see me now?
Motion on my camera?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh no, why is he blurry? I see it too.
You see it? Okay, I'm gonna figure that out, Snipe. We're gonna get my man Snipe Young on. I got the audio, but the video has got a little bit of latency to it, so it slowed up just a little bit. I mean, we done like did all we can to big this up. That my dude, who is a super producer out in LA, is doing some major things. So I want to make sure we get him together. So that's me and A-Lo right there. Let's try all three of us one more time. Snipe.
What about now? Still the same?
Yeah, it's still the same. I got you looking at the camera. Can you talk now? Can you move?
I'm moving.
Can you move? Oh man.
We're gonna figure this out. We're gonna figure
You
this
know
out.
what's so crazy about this is that the first time we went live, I remember I had these problems. And Snipe was in the comment section.
He was getting you bad.
Damn on me. He said I had boosts. He said I had a startup. He was like cracking on me. And now, look at how the tables have turned.
Snipe.
Now we can't even hear your response. Because your camera messing up. Ain't that funny how that works? If you let God just fight your battles for you. The Bible says vengeance is the Lord's.
That's funny. Snipe, we got to get you going, man.
What is happening to the screen?
Hey, where you rotate it? Oh, I got it. Here you go.
Showing us all the plaques on the wall on accident. You see that, Strick?
Yeah, he's got them up. One more time.
Now I'm crooked. But now I'm crooked, though.
You got to rotate it one more time.
This is live TV at its finest.
Listen, you can't get no better than this. That's you know what I'm saying? Where else you going to go and, start and stop?
On that now?
Huh?
Now?
Let's see what you got.
Why were we so perfect a few minutes ago? And
it's still cricket?
It's cricket.
It's still cricket.
I had to switch it from my computer to my phone, back to my phone.
I got you.
It don't let me turn it around, bro.
Oh. Well, thank y'all for hanging out with us. Shout out to
A Snipe came to me, the Native Instruments.
You know what I'm saying? We
Shout
can't
out
eat
to
it that
Stephen
bad.
Myers. Hey, Glenn Adams says this is a talk show.
Yeah, this is a talk show.
Go ahead and
hit them up. Hey, we'll figure it out. Let's see if you're ready. That's it.
Now it's this way.
Okay.
It ain't the long way, though.
That's fine. We can
Shout
make it work.
My mama.
So what now?
That's the way y'all got y'all the other way, though, right?
Yeah, but when it's all three of us on camera, it looks good.
Man, you just trying to get me with the skinny picture again, man.
I'm going to keep you on. So it's me, you, and A-Lo on right now.
Okay,
hey,
cool.
Won't he do it?
Huh?
Vengeance shall be the Lord. Hallelujah.
So Snipe.
And that went my phone, though, A-Lo.
It don't matter. That wasn't my phone either. That was my laptop too. Boo, why you trying to come for me? Yeah. Me and I can talk like this because we go way back when his hair stopped right here.
Look here.
When his hair stopped right here.
I am a guest on this show.
So Snipe, I'm finna drop the picture of you with a brush cut, okay?
Oh, please.
I think my phone breaking up. I'm froze again.
We're supposed to be professional. Come on. Snipe Young, multi-platinum producer. He's a Grammy-winning engineer. He's worked with Chris Brown, Nicki Minaj, Flo Rida, Justin Bieber, Beyonce. He has music on Blackish, Suits, Monogamy, Empire, and he created the Native Instruments, a whole bunch of stuff, bro. Snipe, you are incredible, dude. Like, for real. It was a lot of stuff getting ready for this interview that I was like, dog, he did that too? Dog, he did that too? Dog, Snipe, what haven't you done at this point? Well, I mean, it's still some stuff, but I believe, bruh, you are definitely on your way. On your Instagram page, you have a quote which says, overnight success takes about 15 years. You said.
Snipe, your camera went out again on me, man. What's
Really?
going on over there?
You
What
serious?
is happening?
I am serious. I got the
can see
Skype
them on the
logo.
screen now.
I got the Skype logo on.
Oh, I see. The Skype
But you
logo.
still see me right here though.
No, I
can see
don't.
him there, but I see the Skype logo.
You don't see me, Alo?
I
I
can see you on my phone, but I don't.
Yeah,
see
that's
you
what I'm
on the
saying. So that
video.
means my Skype's still on there.
Babe,
You know
okay.
what? And I'm sitting here looking at the blue ass on the thing. That's funny.
Well, I'm trying to see where it's at though. That's what I'm talking about. Cause I got both of y'all right here.
Yeah, on my phone it's right there, but it's not correlating to the actual live video.
So that means it ain't me then. That's on the signal going to that, right?
Right. I'm gonna figure
Okay,
this
but
out.
it was Snipe earlier. This Strick now. It's okay though. I'm doing my part. So Snipe, is he back? Because I want to ask him. I worked hard for this interview for my homeboy.
I know it, right? We don't put too much work in to not give Snipe all that he can get. Like, to me, to be honest with you, people can take this a lot of different ways. I'm having a ball.
Oh no, this is fine for me. Hey, like I said, I had so much fun doing this. And I want to hear what you got to say, Snipe. I have so many questions.
Man, tell Strick to quit trying to put that S on my picture, man.
It's still there. Like, I'm going to have to go out and come back in. I tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to do this real quick.
Want me to go out and come back in?
No. You good. Hang loose right there. Hang loose right there.
Bruh, Glenn said he at Teddy Riley house. I'm weak.
Snipe came to me, the Native Instruments headquarters in LA, and said, hey, I got this idea for an expansion, which involves kind of the works of Puff Daddy with the Bad Boy, and what Jermaine Dupri was doing was So Def. And when Snipe broke it down to me, it was a no-brainer. I was like, we got to jump on this right away.
I wanted to make it user-friendly, meaning thinking production first, where you can just grab it and start creating instead of having to try to put kits together. So all of the sounds in the pack actually work together sonically, and I laid them out on the grid, the 16 pads, to where you can find a combination. For example, if I just pick this sound, those two go together with that sound. And then I have the ghost notes on the 1 and the 5, so you can pick up a ghost note. So if you wanted to create something like, then same thing here.
With these expansions, we have a new way of doing expansions, not just for machine. We're also making it available on battery and as one-shots and loops so that if you don't have a machine, you can still use them in Ableton, Logic, any DAW basically that you feel comfortable with. Knowing that, when we were kind of talking about Infamous Flow, Snipe is a master at layout, which makes sense for people to make beats to and to produce to. A little bit of the Brat flavor, here we go.
When I'm creating the packs, I'm always thinking of the pack as a book. So when I approached the Infamous Flow pack, I was thinking, okay, most of this stuff was a lot of samples. I don't have a 60-piece orchestra to go and sample this and go and sample that. So I was like, how can I approach this and still give the user the vibe of reaching in a crate and pulling out a record and putting it on a record player and sampling it. So I approached it with a lot of the multi-sample, like I played a lot of stuff on there, and I played bass and live guitar and stuff, and made it as a loop and sampled it myself back into it. So I'm thinking of it like I found this in a crate, but I actually created it. It makes you feel like you're just like the dopest producer ever because of the
Everything into
it. Because I'm a producer first, you know, so I'm thinking about it in the aspect of creating versus the aspect of just listening.
So y'all are silly. You know what I'm saying? Y'all are really silly, man. So
Hey, Snipe
I
started
want to
it with
talk
me,
about
homie.
y'all. Talking about my dude Snipe, man. So we
He
got it
started it
together,
with me.
huh?
He started it with me.
He started
Last
it with you.
video, this video. He keep coming for me, and God got my back. I'm telling you, God don't like ugly.
Listen, I need to talk to my dude because I got him here. And Snipe, man, can you just say hello to all the people, man? Can you just say
What
hello
up?
to
What
all the
up?
people?
What up, man?
How
Y'all
you
good?
doing, dude? It's so good to have you. You know what I'm saying, on Strick City Live. You were one of the people that. Can I say that you actually started with me? Like, were you there in the beginning?
Yeah, I went. I was young though, but you kind of up there in age.
Like Snipe. To be honest, would you please tell the people that we're only like a year or two different in age?
Nah,
Ooh,
bro.
child.
Huh?
Ooh, child. Please don't lie to these people.
We know you're too different.
Huh?
Man.
Like,
You
did
can't
we go
put me
to the
up there.
same high school?
No.
Ooh.
Huh?
No.
So,
No.
You
so
mean like 10 years apart, maybe?
talked a little bit about some of Sniper's accolades, but Sniper actually started out right here in Birmingham as a part of a group called SYF, and that wasn't the first name of the group, was it, Snipe?
Yeah, well, we had a group inside of the group. You talking about Demon Killers?
I'm talking. Okay,
Demon Killers was a group that was inside of the SYL family. So we was a group first. We were a group first, and then we got with Seven, and we formed the SYL family. Then we added Melissa Michelle. Then we added AP. So that's how the whole fam came about.
And we got to talk about everybody, man. If you still got any are you still in contact with most of the group at all?
Yeah. I talked to everybody. Well, the only person I haven't talked to in a while is Melissa, and that's because she moved to Texas, and we lost contact.
Melissa
But we
Michelle.
follow each other on social media or whatever. But yeah, everybody's
Man,
still tight.
I wish I could. I mean, just those times. I wish I had that song Melissa Michelle did. Like some of what like when do you ever go back and listen to any of that old music?
No.
You answered that so quickly.
None of it.
I don't, man.
Why?
Can I say
Uh-uh.
this? And I'm
What?
saying
Why?
this. I'm saying this for you, Snipe and Big Jen. Listen,
Mm-hmm.
there is a unheard SYF family CD, like
Which
music and
one?
all. Like somebody, Snipe's got it, Jen's got it on a hard drive.
Yeah.
Somebody has the music. I need to get that unheard music.
Okay.
I'm
Yeah,
for real. I've
it's
been
definitely some
asking for it for
unheard. It's
years.
definitely a whole. There's a whole slew of stuff out there.
Is it out?
Nope.
That's what I'm saying. It's like, man, y'all
Hey,
got
man.
stuff. It's
Hey,
this is
Strick.
yeah.
I'm letting everybody know I'm looking up here because on your screen, like the Skype thing is blurring me and you out, so it's weird because I'm just looking straight at Alo and you talking.
So I'm actually
I
looking
can't.
at just the camera. I can't see you either. I'm just looking
No,
at
I'm
my
saying.
camera.
No,
So
I'm talking. Do you see what I'm saying, Alo, on the screen, on the Skype screen?
Yes, because I have to do the same thing. It's just funny
It's
because
so
we never had a
weird,
chance
man.
to say nothing about it.
I'm like, bro, I can't. I'm getting confused.
I'm gonna try to
So
fix
But
it.
supposedly on street screen, it showed the right thing today. See, that's why I have to have two of them up so I can see what I'm looking at. Because
I'm
you're
like,
blurry
man.
right now. There's two of you, and one of you are blurry, Snipe, and Strick is blurry.
Yeah.
And so yeah, it's funky, but
Okay,
Better?
just
cool.
talk
Is
to the
that better
camera.
now?
Cool. Woo.
Just talk to the camera. It's okay.
All right, bet. Yeah, but it's some unreleased music, man. It's out there. Maybe we may be able to hear it this year, man. I don't know.
I mean, you told me that
Ooh.
last time I asked about it. He's like, dude, bet I got it. I'm getting it to you.
What does that mean? You don't know. Does that mean you're already working on something potentially?
I mean, I ain't gonna say working on that, but it's already stuff already done. We had like when the fam last album we did, we was recording ahead of time. We got unreleased Sim album, a DK album, we got a SYL family album, we got an AP album.
Wow.
We got all that stuff already in the archive. We was already gearing up for our next campaign or whatever we was gonna do. So
what happened with that?
Huh?
What happened with that?
They kicked me out the church.
Somebody got smart. Somebody got smart.
What
Like
you
this
mean?
dude right here, he needs to
Serious?
go.
Huh?
They like this dude needs to go.
No, they was like, this dude need to go. We don't like this dude. Get him out of here.
But it was pretty much like gospel music, though. I'm kind of confused.
Yeah. But that's pretty much what happened with all of that stuff. It was like we were too. Well, I'll say me. I'm not speaking for anybody else in the family. But I was. They said I was too secular. I remember they tried to kick me out of a church one time in Birmingham. They said I was secular. So
were they listening to the lyrics?
They didn't care about the lyrics. The beats is what sounded too secular. So that's what happened to me.
You got the Ray Charles done to you. That's what's up. That's what's up, man. I didn't know it.
Yeah, that's what
I
happened.
didn't know it.
Yeah.
Ain't nobody told me nothing because I was playing the music.
Yeah.
You can't label that's a little hellion too, didn't even know it.
I didn't know. Like nobody ever kicked me out of a church.
They came. I'm talking about for real, and I ain't gonna even lie to you. I ain't gonna say the name of the church. I ain't gonna tell you the name of the church. But we would get ready to perform, and they sent the little armor bearer or the usher or something out in there. Was like, which one of y'all Snipe? So I was like, me. He like, everybody else can perform, but you secular. So I'm like, huh? What? And so I'm like, what do you mean? He was like, we heard that you do secular music. I was like, okay. And so I ain't gonna even lie. I broke down and started crying backstage. Real talk. You want that exclusive interview, don't you? Well, here you go, partner.
I mean, I'm not laughing at that. I'm not laughing. I'm laughing at what you said. And of course, this was years ago. But I didn't know that. Like nobody ever said, Snipe got kicked out the church.
Yeah, they kicked me out with the steel toe boot on.
But around what year was that? That's so crazy. That
was like maybe 05, 06. Somewhere around there. No, it might have been earlier than that.
Hey, my man Glenn was like, tell the name of the church, but don't do it, man. Don't do it. Don't do it.
He said, I'll tell the name of the church.
Oh, he said, I'll tell the name? Don't do it, Glenn. Don't do it, Glenn. Everybody may not know. I don't want them saying I said it, because Glenn said it.
But yeah, that's what happened. It probably like 05. I think it was like 05. It was toward the latter end of the whole SYF thing. So they came in and said that, and because I knew why I did gospel hip hop, it kind of broke me down. You know what I'm saying? Because I knew I did it for the kids. I did it for the people that couldn't listen to secular music growing up. And I tried to make music that had sauce on it but had the message. And so when they came to me and said I'll make secular music, I'm like, well, bruh, I'm not making secular music. I know I could make secular music, but I'm not making that. And they was like, well, you can't perform. Everybody else can perform, but you can't perform. And I was like, bruh. And I was talking about like real, them tears like on Boys in the Hood, but like, I'm so tired.
Listen, so Snipe, I did not know this. So let me tell you like what I always did. There was a bunch of churches that would not let us in, okay? I never really talked about that. I only went through open doors.
Right.
So we had about 12 churches that are on our list, and I had 10 really, really strong churches. And I just rotated those churches. We just every year went to those churches and doing stuff.
Yeah.
So there was somebody out there that wasn't a part of what we were doing. I just, I didn't badmouth them. People didn't get it. But all they got to do is look at the footage and what we were doing for the kids.
Right.
Now, I would say this. None of us was perfect then, and we're not perfect now.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So there's a lot of things people can say, what about this or what about that? And all you got to do is take that finger that they're pointing at you and allow them to see them 3 fingers that's pointing back at them and put everybody in place. I did have this one thing that was a little tough to do. It was tough to have local artists that you knew all the details about versus regional artists.
Right.
Guess what? Those regional artists still had crap going on in their life, but we didn't know about it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it made it difficult sometimes when people did have mishaps and failures in their lives or just downright mistakes, and you had to deal with that. But what I tried to do, I really tried to be sensitive to God and love people through it. Like even people on my team was like, I had people leave my team. Snipe, I don't know if you knew this. I had people on my team working really good that left my team because of SYF.
Nah, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying. Like that whole thought process of kicking against what we were doing is just so weird to me, because if they actually knew what we were doing it for and what we were doing then, they do now.
Right.
But when we did it was, oh no, it's secular. You can't dance, you can't jump, you can't get crunk. Now everybody want to do that. And as soon as the fam stopped doing it, everybody started doing it.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Let me put it in perspective, Snipe.
Yeah.
Let me put it in perspective. My side is crunker than your side.
Mm-hmm.
Got to be a national chant, and it started with Sniper and the Executioner.
Yep. Examir.
Crunker and crunker. My
Yep.
side, crunker and crunker, crunker and crunker.
National phenomenon. Now it's going all over the place. Who did it and put it up? Somebody did it and put it up.
Eddie D took it. It's some church not too long ago. They still doing that song. To this day, they still doing it. And that's another one. That's another thing too. It was like when we were doing it, it was you too radical. But then when everybody else do it, it's, oh my God, it's so anointed. We did it. That is what it is. I mean, you don't supposed to, when you kicking doors down, you don't supposed to be the one to go in and enjoy what's at the table. You know what I'm saying? The people that come in and say, oh, this door's unlocked, they're going to enjoy it because they didn't have to put in the work. So we kick the doors down so people can go and enjoy it. So it is what it is. But in that, and I ain't even think this interview was going to go this route, but it is. So in that, though, when they did that to me, I ain't speaking for nobody else in the fam because they probably don't care. But when they did it to me, and I know why I was doing what I did, I hated the church all the way around. Not God. Not God. The individual people
the
in
church.
The
Right.
They did that to me and allowed other people to do what I was doing. And I knew they weren't doing it for the right reason. I know why I said, oh, I want to do gospel hip hop. My daddy told me, I asked my daddy, sitting in the car, I said, Daddy, why gospel music don't sound like this? Why our music don't got no 808s or no kick drum stuff like that? He was like, oh no. I said, what you mean you don't know? He said, we don't got it. I said, well, why we don't have it? Oh no. I said, so what the kids supposed to do? He put it back on AGG back then. Yeah. And he was like, this is what we listen to. I'm like, bro, I don't want to hear that. So from that point forward, I knew I wanted to do gospel hip hop or some type of gospel music that when you in the car with your mama, you can listen to it and bob your head and you got a message, you got a beat to it. So to look at me and tell me, you sound secular, you can't get up here and do what God called you to do, that was like, what? Okay, cool. And I knew why I was doing it.
Wow.
For a long time, I was just like, bro, I ain't studying none of them. For real. Because I'm talking about, I watched it. Even when I moved, even when I was still there, I watched people take what we was doing and do it. And oh my God, the world loves this. Oh my, how we was doing that and it was bad.
Yeah.
That's
That's crazy.
Snipe, it kind of puts a lot of things in perspective to, what people had, what we were dealing with at the time. I explained to people that I was one of those kids that used to run in and watch Donnie Simpson do the countdown. I mean, I grew up on rap, and I also grew up in church with the choir. So you're not going to tell me when I'm able to have my own car and my own music that I got to only listen to choir music. So I searched for an alternative. Not that I wanted to listen to the radio. I did want something that was wholesome and that was pleasing to the ear, but I could be a Christian and listen to it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying you can't be for me at the time when I was in college, man, I was really like, dude, I really want to be on a straight and narrow, and I want music that I can listen to that's still hard. I mean, I love John P. Key. You know what I'm saying? But he's able, or Watch Me just wasn't going to do it. I needed something harder. And there were several groups. Gospel Gangsters came out. They changed the game. A1 Swift came out and changed the game. And that's stuff that I could play no matter where I went. And not only was it good for me, but it was good sounding to me. And that started the evolution of for me promoting gospel hip hop or gospel rap music.
Yeah.
So I know what it did for me, and that's why, you know what, everywhere we went, man, people loved it.
Yeah.
Now, there were some leaders that didn't understand it, but everywhere we went, people actually loved the music.
Yeah. And the only thing about that that whole process, I wish I hadn't allowed them to pump me out.
Got you.
I wish I hadn't, because now when I look back, and people ain't probably gonna agree with this or don't think I should take this to heart, but when I see the state of my city and how violent it is and how the teens are out of control and how the kids are out of control, I look at that and be like, man, I probably could have helped because I had what they are looking for. You know what I'm saying? But I allowed the enemy disguised in a church clothes tell me I'm not supposed to do that, instead of just saying, okay, I'll go out here in the wilderness and preach over here with like John the Baptist did. I said, okay, cool. I'm just gonna chill. Y'all can have that. I'm just gonna do my own thing. If I had stayed right there, I feel like a lot of the stuff that's going on now, I would have been able to relate to them because they would have saw what the church said was bad. They see that, oh, that's cool. But back then you couldn't have earrings, tattoos, a turban. You couldn't wear that. You couldn't wear big bag of jeans. You couldn't wear Jordans. Jordan was a sin. How is that a sin? Chains, you can't wear this. That's a sin. But to a kid or somebody that's looking at Lil Wayne and Jeezy and all that, they're like, oh man, I could be saved and fresh.
Right.
I could be saved and do. Oh, okay, I might want to be saved now. But instead, I removed myself because I was punked out.
Wow.
You see what I'm saying? So I wish I hadn't have done that. I wish I just stood my ground and remained the radical that I was at that point. To where now I'm appreciative to seeing people like what's the name? Not Rap Gang. They with the Rap Gang. I forgot his name. It slipped my head, slipped my mind. It's Hint. You know what I'm talking about, man. The dude with the big stepper song. Name of Elmo artist. I can't remember his name, but they got a movement called the Rap Gang, and it reminds me a lot of the SYL family. So I respect what they do because I feel like that gap is being met by somebody else. You see what I'm saying? But yeah, sorry about my soapbox, brother.
No, listen. People need to understand the other side of, I guess, some of the misunderstandings that the church have with the rules and regulations.
Yeah.
You know, we deal with it all the time. In our church, you know, I have a young pastor, Dr. Thomas Beavers, at New Rising Star, and we have to teach the people that, okay, the pants are down. Let's connect with them before we start telling them to pull them up. Okay, they got a hat on. Let's connect with them before we start asking them to pull their hat off. You know, all those rules are just, you know, some of those things is what's pushing our young people away when we really want them to draw closer, because people are really hurting. Like if that same leader would have took you to the side and prayed with you, that experience would have been totally different.
Right. But that's the thing though. What was he? He wasn't praying for anything. He just didn't know the music. It ain't like he said, "Hey, we saw you at the strip club. We saw you was tipping this, and we saw you drinking beer." I wasn't doing none of that.
Right.
It was the music. It was nothing he was gonna pray for to change what the music was gonna be. It was just the fact that they didn't like the music, and because they didn't like the music, they said, "Okay, we don't like the music, so therefore you can't be what we're used to. So if you're not used to what we're used to, you must be wrong."
Right.
And so like you can't do it. It wasn't like that. It'd be different if it was something like Snipe got jammed up and got caught at such doing this, and he's supposed to be a man of God. That was not the case. It was nothing like that. Period. It was nothing like that at all.
Got
you. You know what I'm saying? I was a kid.
Right. You was a kid.
You just wanted to make music. Yeah.
and I guess a lot of times, man, out of that, not that I could have did anything different, but my support in leading some of that effort was to stand in the gap. Like I really only took us places that I felt like it would be welcoming.
Yeah.
Now, of course, at the time we weren't going together all the time. SYF had their own tour dates, and Strick City had its dates, and sometimes we worked together. But I really tried to take the group places that I thought was safe to be.
Right.
And that, you know, we could really have a good time. I mean, we got some great stories of some great ministries that took us along. Listen, I I think somebody chimed in and said that was Hindarius that you were trying
Yeah,
to talk about.
Darius and Rapture. His name Rapture. They got a
Gotcha.
movement called Rap Gang.
I gotta check those brothers out,
Yeah,
man. You know, Hindarius Alo is one of our teenagers. He was with us at the Teens of Light.
Yeah, he
So
was.
it's been a while. It's been a while. Him and
It's
his sister, I
definitely been
remember
a
that.
while. Young Hen.
Young
Yeah,
Hen.
Young Hen. That's his name. Yeah, Young Hen.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, Snipe, what I want to say about it is that we really could be encouraged when I think we told this story when Canton was on, but one of the largest churches in the city actually wrapped their arms around us and brought us in.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it was so much of a partnership. I mean, maybe twice a year. I know at least once a year, Strick City was there doing something. And I mean, they did not have to. You know, they did not have to. But Faith Chapel, we did so much work with Faith Chapel that people thought that I went to that church.
Yeah.
I'm telling you the truth. People thought that I went to that church, but they supported what we were doing. By the time we got sound and lights, guess what? We had they sponsored what we were doing, so we could get equipment and travel around. I mean, I can't say enough to Dr. Michael Moore and his leadership, and Minister Deb at the time, and now Michael K. and their support of what we were doing, because it helped us pave the way to get in some other doors. So when we were at Faith Chapel, guess what? Now there's 5 or 6 other churches wanted us to come just because we were at their church.
Right.
Right. Yep, that's true.
And we had Ken Jones with. I mean, just think about the opportunities, Snipe, where you guys were at the time. You know, I mean, we had a lot of shows. You guys were doing Zamirs all the time, but then to be put on a stage to open up for somebody like Canton Jones, man, that was bananas.
Yeah, that's like back then, man. Those times were I liked that it created a community in our city for I don't want to say just gospel hip hop, because you had some singers on there too, but mostly gospel hip hop. You know what I'm saying? It brought that awareness that, hey, this exists out here, and it was a platform for gospel MCs or people that do out the box gospel music or gospel art, whatever it could be. That's how I introduced. I mean, that's how I met Erica B, and she does airbrushing. That's not that's not a hip hop artist or R&B artist or whatever, but she was an artist that was introduced in that space. So there's a lot of stuff that was like that. The guy that did the jerseys, the Christian jerseys, used to come to the shows. What's his name? I forgot his name, but all that type of stuff. You was a community.
We had tons of people, poets.
Yeah,
poets.
We
built our own community.
Time out.
Different churches.
Hey, you said poets. Like, you know how I am about the spoken word stuff.
Oh, Lord.
Listen, I would give Ty Scott the hardest time. I'm like, what y'all just speed up the spoken word and put a harder beat behind it and just rap? What are y'all speaking about? Like, what's up with that? And they would get so mad at me when I say that. I got spoken word artists today that are mad at me because of my stance on spoken word.
But would invite them out.
Yeah, over and over again. Platinum songs.
Right.
Platinum.
Exactly. That's exactly what I'm thinking about.
But I love Platinum Souls. You know what I'm saying?
And she does spoken word.
I'm gonna have her. Listen, I'm gonna have Ty Scott on the show, and I'm gonna ask her to. We're gonna play some of her rap songs.
She's out here too.
Yeah, she's in LA. She's in LA. We actually connected a little bit today. So I know I got her booked on the show. She's going to come in. She's got some great videos out there, and we're going to see something from her. But, speed the spoken word up, put a beat on it.
So
right. Talking about spoken word. So, Snipe, you moved, if my research stands correct, you moved to LA in 2010, right?
Yeah.
So you've been out there now for 10 years. And like I said, my comment earlier on your page, it says overnight success takes about 15 years.
Mm-hmm.
Do you really feel like you're like at the point of overnight success? Like you got 5 more years, according to that quote?
No, that went 15 years from when I came out here. That was 15 years from when I started.
So how old were you when you got started, like producing? Because I know you
He
used
was
to be an artist.
15. He was 15
I was
years old
14, 15 years old. Yep.
Wow.
with a brush cut.
Brush cut, waves and apart.
So we
Listen.
talked about it a little bit, but you used to rap too. Like, do you think
Yeah.
you would ever get back into the pen game, writing and musically,
Probably
get on
not.
stage and
Probably not
performing?
rapping. Probably not rapping
Hey.
because.
No, go ahead.
Probably not rapping because the reason why I stopped rapping was because, and it's crazy, but the reason why I stopped rapping was because the content that people were doing in the music industry, it didn't reflect on my life. So in order to compete with them, I would either have to do gospel hip hop, or you're gonna still do the same hip hop you do, or you're gonna have to do the rap that they do. And so I already knew the rap that I was doing versus the rap that they do in the streets now is like they popping pills and this chick is that and this chick is that. You know what I'm saying? And then it was always something negative. Even when we stopped doing quote unquote gospel hip hop, we were still doing music that didn't have any profanity and any derogatory statements and nothing like that. Still had a message to it, still clean. But when that shift happened and everybody was on lean, everybody was on pill, I'm like, bro, I'm not even finna act like I'm even with that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So after then, and then the whole that type of music was what was deemed cool. Like when gangster rap came out, that was cool, and trap came out, that's cool. But when that type of stuff came out, I was like, I can't even get with it. So I just backed out of doing hip hop in all aspects. I thought about coming back and doing like just doing gospel hip hop, but then, like I said, I just don't. I don't know. I know I'm definitely not gonna just come back and be a rapper though.
Why not, dude? Hey, I tell you what you could do. You could put me on, Snipe. You produce my set. I'll be the rapper.
Why
you know what I'm saying? I'll be the rapper, Snipe.
Save your time.
Listen, I'm telling you, I could do it, man. I could do it.
Save your time. Your time is money.
I tell you what I'm gonna do right now. Snipe, people need to understand. You say you probably won't rap again. What is like the production? Like when you produce stuff, what is that actually like? So I want to go into the archives. You were working with another one of your artists, a Spanish, a Latin artist. Tell me about the Latin artist you was working with, and kind of some of the music that you've done with him.
You talking about the girl, the Sophia Reyes?
No, it's the guy. I think I tell you what we'll do. This will be better. Let me just play it and we'll make it work that way. Might as well just play it. You just smiling like Strick. You gonna play it? I got it right here.
Might as well just let it ride. Go ahead.
Strick.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6.
I forgot this one. I was saving this one.
You got all kind of stuff in the
archive. Snipe. I'm finna play the Sun Moon, okay? Like I didn't ask you if I could play it, but I'm finna put this one down. All right?
Okay.
Huh?
Go ahead.
I'm finna put it down. Like we didn't talk about this, but I think people need to see the Sun Moon do what they do. All right. Had to stop it because I'm like, woo. There we go.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Get ready for the great total sun moon. Snipe Young and K. Clark.
you passed me, baby. Then I realized it was you. It's like a spotlight beaming on me, girl. Got yo, every move. Don't move too fast. I'm giving you the keys. Don't waste the gas. Way back in my past, so right now it's gonna be your second chance. There's nobody here but you and me. You got the perfect formula to fit this chemistry. Baby girl, you don't have a reason to be shy. 'Cause you know I'm that guy. I'll be your overtime lover. I'll be the first one you see. I'll be the last one you leave. I'll be the overtime lover. Sometimes when I'm feeling like a grown man, we got me your overtime lover. Someday without you, I'll make a grown man. We got me your overtime lover. I'll be your overtime lover. I'll be your overtime lover. I thought I saw a ghost when you passed me, baby. Then I realized it was you. It's like a spotlight beaming on you, girl. Got me following your every move. Slow down, move too fast. Giving you the keys, don't waste my gas. Memories way back in my past. You better say I'll be your overtime lover. I'll be the first that you see. I'll be your last one you leave. I'll be your overtime lover. 365 years, not enough for me. I'll be your overtime lover. Some days without you will make a grown man. I'll be your overtime lover. I'll be your overtime lover. I'll be your overtime lover. Okay, now you got it. Now you gotta do it right.
A Snipe came to me, the native
Listen,
instrument.
all of my scenes are like messed up right now. But let's please, I want to hurry up and get the overtime lover on the screen again. Listen, I'll be your overtime lover. Snipe, you're singing on stage. You got K Love on the stage. You know what I'm saying? Sun Moon. That's
You
what,
see, like, you see
2000.
Execution on the good time over there, right? You see
Yeah, the
Execution
X
on
was
the good
in
time?
there too. X was in there too. Listen, Snipe, man, we go back like on that one. That was 2010, 2011.
Yeah. I think it was the farewell part, I believe. I don't remember. I think it was, though. I don't remember.
It was a what party?
The farewell when I was moving.
Oh,
Was
yeah,
that here?
I was there.
Yeah.
I remember that.
I didn't get that invite. Snipe,
No,
man, to be honest with you, like y'all had me in a couple different places. Like I wanted to support y'all. Y'all had me down in all these clubs. You know what I'm saying? Go and support Snipe and Jen.
Who had you in the club?
Listen.
Had you in no club?
No. Listen, we had this spot, right? It wasn't a club, but people were using it as a club. It was the Dr. Pepper building. Somebody had a spot in there they were using every weekend. You remember that?
No.
Pepper, really?
I thought it was Matthews. What was it, Matthews?
You did a show? You did a show in there with you and Big Jen did a show.
The Dr. Pepper spot.
It was a Dr. Pepper building, but it was the club that was around the corner. It was on
Monty Rock? No.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I remember that. Yeah.
How do I know that? Okay.
I had to go support, man. I had to support regardless. I want to go see my dude.
That was at the end.
Yeah, it was towards the end.
That was after we got kicked out.
Nobody told me that happened.
That was after we got kicked out. So at that point, it was just like, all right, whatever.
Snipe, nobody told me that happened, man. Nobody.
Like, we're gonna just get this music in. So, you know what else I found out about you, Snipe, that I thought was very interesting? Is that even after you moved to LA, like you found a church home out there and you were actually working at the church. Like, even after the church shunned you or turned you away, why was it still important for you to move to LA and still find a church home out there? Like, because I mean, you were away from your daddy, you were away from, because you're a pastor's kid too, you were away from your family members. You could have got out there and wilded out. Like, why was it important for you to still find a church home, even in LA? Because
even though it was people that made me feel a certain way, I was trained a certain way. So when I got older, I ain't depart from what I was taught. You know what I'm saying? So it was like not just off of just repetition or tradition. It was like I never lost love for God. I still knew how I got to where I was and how I'm getting where I am. So I never lost that. It was just the people inside those four walls, the system of the church that I was just like, whatever. But the head of it, God, Jesus, all that, I'm still rocking with that. So it was like I go to church. I would go to that church that I go to now, and I would just go there, and I could just tune all the people out. And they swear I'm the meanest dude on earth because I'm not, because they don't understand. It's like that's what I'm saying. Like that's what we were just talking about when you were just saying how people think when you was in church they were saying you shouldn't say this and shouldn't say that, but then people like the same thing. So when I'm at church, I'm a thug. When I'm in the studio with the thugs, oh, that's the good boy. He ain't finna smoke no weed. Or he ain't finna do that. He ain't finna drink with us. He ain't finna get the stripper. So I'm like, how do y'all see the opposite? But they don't. So like when I'm at church, they like, oh, here go gangster Snipe. I run the sound at church. How am I gangster, bro?
That's funny.
Right.
That's
so
funny.
It was just like that. I never lost that love for God, period. So it was like, it is what it is. People gonna be people anyway. So
yeah.
Well, let me say this. Let me say this, and I'm not gonna be like sentimental, but I do want to say this, Snipe, so everybody else will know. Who was the first person that called you a genius?
You, man. You gave me that. You gave me that,
Really?
that moniker. Yeah.
Listen, I saw this in this kid. Like there was absolutely nothing that you could not do. Like even when we went to Zamir's and it was the Crunk for Christ parties or whatever, like even the sound setup, right? It was several pieces of instrument pieced together to do whatever y'all was doing. But no regular person could just put that stuff together. Like I saw what you're able to live in now. Like I just knew it. Now the problem is the same problem we all have living in Birmingham. But when you went out there, I automatically knew it was just gonna be a matter of time, and Snipe was gonna be able to do some amazing things. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't think you haven't done what you're going to do.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? And that's not like a funny play on words. Like there's gonna be some things that's gonna happen. Like from a production standpoint, you're gonna get a chance to produce the people you want to produce, work with the people you want to work with, and at the same time live like you want to live. Trust me on that. And it's because you taking some of those blows for some other people. Something's gonna happen, man. Everybody really loves to go into a studio and have like some peace. They don't want their sound engineer or their producer wilding out. They want to wild out. They want you to be straight so you can get the music down. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So there's gonna be tons of opportunity, and if you know music producers, guess what? You ride in the same vein that they do. You know what I'm saying? A Timberland vein. These dudes are straight-laced guys. You know what I'm saying? Real producers are straight-laced guys that like music. They're band kids.
Yeah.
That's it.
You right.
And it's in you, dude.
Real quick, I just want to say this. You guys that are watching, be sure to share this video. Share this video. If you're watching it live, share this video. Then drop your Cash App in the comments. And at the end of this, we'll be sure to pick a winner. So, yeah, just make sure you guys are sharing this good stuff here. This is good stuff here. We're with this multi-platinum producer here. This Grammy winner here. Make sure y'all share this here. Okay? Yeah.
That's what's up. So definitely shouts out to John. I was trying to get people to monitor my mic to be sure it was going up enough. So he said, turn your mic up, Strick. So I turned it up a little bit. Thank you, John, for that. Listen, man, we're already past the hour, and it's like we just got started.
We had some technical difficulties, though.
Yeah, we had a lot going on. We almost should have started and stopped again, but Snipe, man, I want to be sure I give you all the time. You good on time on your end?
Yeah, I'm cool.
I was about to say, if we have to go, you have to come back.
No, I'm good. I'm good. We can roll it. We rolling.
So real quick, just kind of roll down the list of people that work with you with SYF so everybody would know.
With SYF?
SYF,
Somebody in the group, right?
In the group.
Yeah. Okay. So you got 7, X, AP, Big Jen, Monte, Maintain, Perkins, Melissa Michelle, Dan Williams, Eugene Rogers. Hope I ain't missed nobody. Chastity, Christina, Kiki, Crumple Christ. I think that's it. I hope I missed nobody, bro. It was a bunch of us, bro.
It was a bunch
It was
of
a
y'all.
bunch of them. You're right. You're right. You're right. You're right.
Bunch of y'all. So okay, I want to get on because we're talking about your old groups a lot. But what about 922? Like,
yeah,
that is your record label.
Yeah, that's my label.
And you are the boss.
The boss.
The boss dog. The boss dog. And right now, I mean, you have a nice little squad right now. But what are you looking for in an artist? Like, are you taking new artists to your label?
We always looking, but I look for an artist that is willing to learn, willing to grow with me, and challenge me. Meaning they don't have to be at a certain level, but as long as it's a space to where when I see them, like if you want to be an artist, I'll say, okay, well, what you coming to the table? You tell me, okay, I want to do this. If I can see, I'm like, oh, I want to grow. I can grow with her. It's gonna take my brain over here. I'm interested in stuff like that. Willing to accept because but nah, brother, that ain't it. You know what I'm saying? You can't have light skin. Well, not that's the wrong word. Not light skin.
It's thin skin, Snipe. You can't have thin skin. What's up, me?
Thin skin. I feel you. Okay.
Council culture, go get me, bro.
Wait a minute.
Not light skin. I was trying to think of like the not tough skin, but the other skin, thin skin. Thin skin. So you can't have thin skin because in this business, man, you got to know how to take all the no's, you know what I'm saying, and be able to bounce off of them and take the meat off the bone and run with it. So I had to do that. So I feel like the people that I work with, I hold them to the same standard that I hold myself to. So if I make a track and I listen to Strick track and Strick got 4 or 5 Grammys on the wall, I'm like, okay, I need to get to where Strick is, and this is how Strick sounds. I don't sound like that. I got to get better, no matter what part of my career I'm in. So if I'm steady growing, then the people that I work with have to have that same drive and desire as well. So that's pretty much all I look for in an artist.
That is dope. So
if I want to sing,
what do you mean?
Hold on, hey, this is my opportunity to get. He said if Strick was an artist, I'm saying like if I wanted to sing or something like a rap, you know what I'm saying? Will you take me on, Snipe? Can I get on?
How do we always get back to you trying to get a deal, man?
Lord
serious too.
Hey, dude, I can do it. I can sing, I can rap, I can dance. I'm doing it all now.
Okay. What were you saying, Halo but 9?
Huh?
No, okay, yeah. Anyways, carry on. So, like I was saying, back to the interview, the serious stuff. Okay. So what does 922 actually mean?
Well, the 922. So originally, when it started, back when Demon Killers and AP, we used to go out to the East Lake Park and we used to pray every year on September 22nd. Right, so that's where the 922 comes in at. So we would go and we would pray over the whole city.
Wow.
So the other guy that I started the label with originally, his birthday was September 22nd, and so he was like, my birthday was September 22nd. I was like, righteous. And so every year we did that. I would text AP and X and everybody all the time, and we would text on 922 and just say like 922. Even we don't say nothing for the whole year. We'll just text 922, and it was understood. You're gonna respond back 922.
Yeah.
So when it was his birthday, we were starting to label together. I said, hey, this number means something to you. It's your birthday. This number means something to me. It's a day, special day for me. Let's call the label 922 Music Group. He said, cool. Then the artist that was on the group, his mom actually died on 922. Then his son, he heard his son's first heartbeat on 922. So then another guy, one of the A&Rs on the group, his birthday is the day before 922. So all the dates lined up, so it all makes sense.
Yeah.
That's what
922.
Yeah.
Anybody? So who do you have right now? Do you know your lineup?
Yeah, I got Josephine Clark. I got Reg Archer, Dan I, I got Sly Slim, Code New, and then people that work with me is Big T, Tim Bryant, and Seven. Seven works with us too.
Yeah.
Naima Elmo step in on the man. What up, Christina?
Yes. Okay.
That's
That's
what's
what's up.
up.
So you've been living, and I heard you say you just bought a house in
Yeah.
LA. You
Yeah.
bought a house, like a whole, got your own four walls.
Yeah.
Nobody above or below you in LA.
Nah.
Now I used to live in Cali. Okay,
Yeah.
you balling. I ain't mad at you. Snipe, God is good.
God is a blessing. He's blessing. He's in the blessing business.
Yes, he is.
Hey.
Yes, he is. Won't you do it? Yes, you will.
He said
I'm
he'll
not
open up
mad
the
at you.
windows. He'll open up the
Yes,
windows.
he
And what he'll do? He'll pour them out on you.
Yes.
Hey,
Hallelujah.
listen. You talked about the roster. You got any space on your roster right now?
No.
You got any openings?
No.
Straight, why you still trying to do that, man?
Listen, I mean, like Snipe, if anybody knows, you were around me in the beginning. Like, you know the artistry. If nobody knows the artistry, you know the artistry. I can't help it.
No.
Hey,
Don't waste
Adrian
your
knows the
time.
artistry
You
too.
making Grammys, okay? You don't need to step backwards. You need to continue moving forward, okay?
Yeah.
Y'all gonna make me play my song, man. I'm gonna play a song that I did. Hey, listen, Snipe, one time I really did play, like I made this, I don't know if you remember this, but I had this, I used Sony Acid. You remember Sony Acid for production?
Yeah.
And I made this little beat on Sony Acid, and I actually played it on the radio one day.
I remember you did that.
Boy, I thought I was the man. That was the first and last time I ever did
Because
that.
you played your own track
I
on your
played
own
my
radio
own
show?
track on a radio show.
And let me guess, you finna play it now, ain't it?
Nah. I ain't got it. You know, to be honest with you, Snipe, I lost a lot of stuff, man. I lost a lot of music just on hard drives that I never used in a long time. It's just sat and, it won't plug up to anything anymore. So I lost a lot of stuff.
Yeah. Same boat, man. I lost so many CDs thinking I'm putting them up, and I didn't understand that CDs would deteriorate. So I put the CDs up in the little binder thing. Oh, this is gonna be. I'm gonna say this forever. You open that junk up, it's got a big hole in the middle.
Right.
No, it does, because I got a big case like that, just right out there.
You better go check on them.
No.
You better check on them, because it'll put a hole right in the middle where the information is deteriorating.
From
the inside out. Yeah.
Yeah, it'll do that. I tell you what I'm gonna do. Let me do this real quick. I want to add in, another one of our friends into the conversation real quick. He's been on every live that I've been doing, and my dude, he's been with me the whole time. Actually, Snipe was in first, so Snipe, you go ahead and tell the story of what happened when Big Prophet started to come around and be a part of our group, because that's something to say, man. Prophet, you ready, man? You there, Prophet?
Man, I'm here, man. Man, look, man. How you gonna bring me in like that, man? Only on Strick City Show, man. What up, Lo? What up, Snipe?
Strick.
Oh, I know.
What up, Prophet?
Speaking gummy bears. Hold on, wait.
Hey, Strick, do you remember when you used the brain when Prophet first started coming up there and you wouldn't let him talk on the mic?
Man, he had to sit there and be quiet. People don't know that, Snipe. You can't tell them stories.
Hey, look, imagine Big Prophet not being able to talk, bro. He used to have to sit in there. He'll come up there every Sunday morning. What up, Snipe? And he'll go right over there and sit down, had that Warner Devil magazine, sit on the thing.
Big Prophet time. Big Prophet time.
Yeah. He would not let that man talk on that microphone. I'm like, why do he keep coming?
Snipe, you were there when I first started coming?
Yeah, I was there first. I was there before you came up there.
Oh, yeah. Lord have mercy.
Yeah.
Yeah, Snipe was there first.
Hey, listen. Humble beginnings,
I remember the magazine. That's okay.
Humble beginnings.
Hey, look, I think he only had one, though.
He only had one. It was laminated.
One. That was my bio kit. Hey, listen, that was my bio kit. My feet, my everything.
Oh, man, that was hilarious.
Hey, let me tell you, I remember, man, when we used to do, what's them big festival used to be downtown?
The Heritage.
The Heritage Festival. I remember when I came out and started doing shows like that and started bringing the. Maybe you can give me some clarity on some of that history too, Snipe. But when I first came out and started bringing the gospel hip hop to stages like that, and then connecting with the show and all that, Snipe deserved to be where he at, because Snipe was somebody that supported everybody.
Yeah.
I used to always look in the crowd and see Snipe and call him up. Hey, come up here. Hey, come up here. I should, and share the stage, but you definitely deserve that spot you in, man. You did a lot of giving. You wasn't selfish. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I remember more than anything about you, man. But I'm sure y'all got a lot of history on me. So, hey, Strick, I'm gonna hold back some of them stories on you to Alo interview you, but we got some on you too.
I don't. We don't have any stories. I never did anything private.
Okay.
I actually forgot about that until he said when he said when Big Private first started coming up. I just remembered when you used to come up there and Strick, and then I remember sometimes he used to let you on the mic. Right. Like Private, we're gonna go on. I'm gonna bring you on. You be like, all right. And you would not stop talking. You would try to talk over him, and he'll hit that mic, hit that button. He would hit that mute button on you so fast.
Hey man, boy, let me tell you something. The Street City shows. We should have had these cameras then.
No, we shouldn't.
It wasn't no cameras in there.
No, sir.
Man, we should have had these then.
No,
sir. Boy, it was some hilarious stuff going on inside of them shows.
Now
you just don't know.
Yeah.
Alo had her times too. I ain't gonna tell nobody, Alo. I'm gonna keep it secret.
Appreciate you. Everybody's little sister over here. Appreciate you.
Everybody, what, Alo?
Little sister over here. Look out for your little sister.
That's right. I'm gonna watch out.
So, I got Snipe on, but Snipe was really, really close to me. Like, that's every Sunday, Snipe would come on to a radio station and hang out with me. So it was a time he was there. Then the music kind of got heavy. He couldn't come. Then he came back, and we were able to do it all over again. He was the one that provided like the first drops, radio drops. He did all my production. It just made me sound good coming onto the radio.
Right.
And then we had my man Maintain. Maintain started coming with him. I wish he was on right there. Me and Maintain used to get to arguing over the airwaves, man.
All the time.
Like, I didn't understand that.
The whole show, okay?
Like, why we arguing on the show?
Y'all arguing on breaks.
It would be about.
Come on, man. What's up? I'm just saying, Strick. You got the people on hold. You telling them you're gonna put them on the list,
right?
I was like, dude.
Oh my God.
I love him to death, though, man. I love him to death. Like, we had some good times. So one of the things that I said we were gonna do, Snipe, is really talk about, the SYL Strick fallout, like what actually happened, so people will know. Because on your side, you're saying, hey, man, we were kind of kicked out of the church. And on my side, I had people on my team saying, hey, Strick, if they going to be on your team, we can't be on your team because they not with us.
Why did they say
we really, really struggled from that. So from your perspective, what do you think, Snipe? What do you think caused the Strick City SYF fallout?
I didn't even know it was a fallout till you put that question in my text message.
Uh-oh.
That's why I said I wasn't going to say nothing till you came on here, because I ain't even know nothing about that. Like, I don't even know nothing about the leadership and none of that stuff. Like I said, the only thing we had that came to us was the fact that I was secular. That's the only thing I could think of. But we ain't had no fallout with you. I ain't never known no SYF and Strick fallout. Unless I'm tripping, telling but see, look at Sam. She said we fell out. We ain't know.
We fell all the way out.
We ain't know.
Strick, I didn't know about that.
You must fell out with us then. We ain't fall out with you.
All right, so this is how it goes. Okay?
Tell the story, man.
I'm going to tell the story.
Let me know.
I'm going to tell the story. There absolutely was not a fallout. Like, we had too much time in the relationship. I already told you y'all had me at Armani's, because I'm going out supporting y'all. Whatever you did, I was going to support. Like, I really felt like that group that we started with, Big Prophet, SYF. Help me if I forget somebody. Ricky Being Forgiven was in that group.
Yep.
Can't
forget them.
We also had, we talked about Platinum
Josh
Souls was in that
was
group.
Josh Squad in there?
We did use Josh Squad some of the times.
Yeah.
And in the
Battle
beginning,
Cats came. Did Battle Cats come later?
Battle Cats came later. Battle Cats.
Oh, okay. So let me ask you this. Let me ask you this, buddy. Okay, let me ask you this. Put the camera back on me so I can see myself.
Buddy.
I'm on you. I got you.
So, in this Fallout part that you're talking about, was that the time when Battle Cats came, or was that the time when Crew came and the fam stopped doing the shows?
The Crew came. Which one? Which Crew? Talking about the Crew?
Yeah, the crew from the church in North Birmingham.
Resurrection.
They were kind of crunk too.
Pastor Witt's
church.
With Pastor Witt's church.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
No. Snipe, I'm
was
telling
that
you.
The time you talking about?
No, we never really fell out. We just, y'all just morphed to doing other stuff.
Private, what you think, Private?
I think Snipe brought Rich in, and then they fell out with the Crew and Rich. And I'm just kidding. I don't know. Hey, Strick ain't no. Tell me this story, man.
Listen.
I want to know the story. Like, for real, we grown now. I want to know what the situation was.
No.
You thought I knew.
Listen, I would tell
anybody. You thought
anybody.
I knew because you said we're going to talk about it.
We're going to talk about it, but ain't nothing to talk about because we never really fell out.
Exactly.
Now, we had some differences of opinion, and Prophet brought it up. We had differences of opinion. Mr. Rich, we definitely have differences of opinion, Mr. Rich. Maintain wasn't gonna let that go.
That was at the beginning, though. That was at the beginning.
No, he wasn't like all the way in the beginning. He wasn't all the way. He was in the middle.
He fell in about the middle. Rich came in about around the time with Crew. Somewhere in there.
No, he was way before Crew. Yeah. He was way before Crew.
Was he before the Crew?
He was way before the Crew.
He was the Crew. He started the Crew.
No.
He wasn't in the Crew.
No, Rich was way before Crew. Q&M was little boys when Rich was doing his hip hop thing. By the time the Crew started, Gary Witt was the head of that.
That's true.
Gary Witt Jr. He was the head. With Q, Gary Witt, and what's the other Q Thrill? I forgot the other two boys' name. I know they faces.
From Cavalry Resurrection.
Huh?
It was Cavalry Resurrection.
Yeah.
Cavalry Resurrection.
Yeah.
Pastor Witt.
It was around, but that Holy One joint, that was a long time ago. That was way before. Cause you got to think about it. That was around the time of what song he took with that Holy One? It was whoever had that secular song that was like that. I can't remember.
Seven just said I ain't like that song.
Oh, she said. But that's how long ago that was. K Wild, yeah, it was K Wild.
K Wild.
Yeah, so that was the other person in the group. It was Trey.
Listen, y'all will put it all on me. Y'all know that music wasn't good, but y'all just let it strict have to deal with it.
But it was good. But it was good for that particular. Okay, I'm putting you like this. You got to think about who you was talking to. You was talking to people that were thinking way down the street. Right. If you take that song he did now and the way Rich rap now, and put that, back then and put it to the now, that's what all these guys are doing now. That melodic, that's what he was doing back then. So it was way back then.
Yeah,
it's the same type of thing. He was doing that then, with that high pitched voice and all them melodies in there. You just didn't like that song.
Please go find the song. Can you email that to me, Snipe? Can you find the email?
I don't even know if that song. And Rich probably ain't got it either.
No, I doubt he does.
He probably do.
It was the song I forgot whose song it was. Ludacris song.
Huh?
It was a Ludacris song.
Okay.
But he did it and Strick didn't like it. But that was long before the Crew. The Crew came on towards the end of the situation. Because the Crew came around when y'all started doing like 6th Avenue and the churches on the latter end.
Right. Now I know he'll sing it, but we can't forget E-Mac.
E-Mac?
Yeah.
He was in there in the beginning. That boy still can sing, man. He still got it.
Oh my God.
He still got it.
Flat out.
Man, so that you talking about? You saying it was for Rich? I don't remember that, bro.
We didn't fall out. We argued about Rich.
Yeah, I remember that argument with them about Mr. Rich. Rich started the crew. Okay, so Mr. Garrett, that's Jay Garrett from Cav Resurrection. He said Rich started the crew. It was Rich, Q, Trey, and Kyle. Then Garrett Witt Jr. came in after Rich, right? Yeah. Okay. Because I remember he brought them in when he was doing his album that he was recording up there. I forgot where it was, but he had Men Forgiven on that album.
Forgiven.
And we went back and forth one day. Listen, it was a show we did at Guy and Light that it was SYF set that y'all threw Rich on top of.
We did?
Yes.
Because that was after we had the argument with you with it.
Yeah, the first. I remember that.
Yep.
Go get him, Rich.
I remember that.
And there goes Mr. Rich.
Oh, that's it then, right there. That's it.
The truth come out of the private. The truth come out of it.
There it is.
That was just an argument. That ain't. You know, we got over.
No,
we got
man.
past
No, because see, this was our take on it. This was our take was. Well, I don't even think Jen was in there. I think it was just me and Monte. Well, I know my take on it. I was in his position before. So I had already been called secular and stuff like that before, and people was not liking what I was doing. So when he came in and he was the underdog, and you was like, I just don't like it. I'm like, but bro, the kids love it. These people like this. Like they rocking to it. He's selling CDs. People want to hear him perform. He's doing all this. And you was like, nah, I just don't like it. So the reason why he was on the thing was because it was like kind of like not an homage, but like a support system. Like, okay, bro, you might not be able to get it over here, but we'll put you on our platform and you can take it and run with it. So it was like that. It wasn't like no
gal back and Strick, huh? No clap back.
It wasn't like no nigga. This is what you do. It wasn't like that because you can't forget. He knew you ain't like the song. Cause you were gangster with yours. See, Strick ain't telling y'all the whole thing.
Time out now. I would be nice. I would be real nice and humble and tell him,
say,
hey,
your music sucks. He would tell them. And so because of that, it was like a situation where we was trying to make him not feel like, you know what I'm saying, feel down. I'm still cool with Rich to this day. But it was just the fact that I knew what that probably felt like for him. And then he was a kid. I was a kid. I know if I'm a kid and he's younger than me, I'm like, man, it's got to feel horrible. This man telling you
So let me explain something like Snipe, because I really felt a difference between the people that started with me.
Yeah.
From SYF to Prophet, Ricky Being Forgiven, Platinum Souls, and I know I'm forgetting another group that started with us. It was a difference. So when we started to really hit, like when we were doing all them small shows and we were at Zamir's and it's, 10 people showing up, 30 people showing, and then things started to grow. People start coming out of the woodworks.
Right.
Everybody had a studio in their basement. And people were making music and coming so fast. I'm like, the same thing I told LP the other day. I'm like, we got a community. Like, you got to come to the shows.
Yeah.
Like, you got to come support. I need to see you in the audience before you get on stage. And a lot of people was like, man, I got this CD. I need to get on stage. I'm like, no. Like, if you're rocking at Calvary Resurrection Church, keep rocking over there. But when we go to Zamir's, I need to see you over at Zamir's. And people just really miss that principle that I really was trying to gain a community of people, not renegades. Like I needed, not only did I need you to come be where we are, I really wanted people to be plugged into their local church. Like, don't just come and be where we are and then not plugged into the church, because then you get to be a rebel and you with me. Like, I really needed people to be planted. And I probably didn't do the best job of explaining it. There was only so much music we could play. You know, I was supporting artists. So if I got 10 local artists I was playing, the 11th local artist would be mad at me.
Right.
But I'm
Yeah.
playing
That's what
10
I was
other
gonna say.
local
Strick, it was
artists.
it was just so much time. I mean, we only had so much time too, and I can say that definitely you stood on that though, building the community side of it and wanting to make sure people was a part of the situation and had some type of leadership behind them. At least have a pastor name or something. You know
Something.
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But as far as timing, as you said, so many artists started coming out at that point. It was like they just saw opportunity versus ministry. You know what I'm saying? It was just like, I rap.
True.
And they just started coming from everywhere with songs, but they wouldn't, like you said,
True.
wasn't supporting the community. Yeah.
But I saw it different than that though. I saw it like they may have seen the opportunity, meaning that the platform hadn't gotten bigger, but maybe they didn't know that the platform existed until it got bigger.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? Like for example, when we met you, we didn't meet you, Prophet, at Strick City. We met you at Love Temple.
Is that where y'all first met me?
We met you at Love Temple. It wasn't on the platform of Strick City. This was right after the bed. Well, you were still doing the best for less. Yeah, it was way back then. So we met you over there, and that's where we met Crown of Life Ministries and all them folks over there too. But they branched out with Fifi and all them over there. They came from over there. So we didn't know that at that time. I don't think Strick City had even started doing the live performance platform. I think he was on the radio, but I don't think he started doing the live performance thing.
Right. That's true.
It wasn't no platform, so they may not have known about that, but they may have been doing it in their respective
churches and stuff.
Yeah, and then when they find out, I can do this over here with some more rappers in front of more people. So that's why when Rich came around, I was like, I know he's been doing this at Calvary Resurrection because I know the folks at Calvary Resurrection. He's been doing that. And then I remember when we first started as Demon Killers. Remember I said I had been in his spot before when Strick said he ain't like the song. He told us on Demon Killers, I'm being for real. When we first and to this day, that's what made me step into sound design and understanding how to mix for real. Strick don't even know this. We played him a song back in probably 98, I want to say. It was early on before he started doing, I think he had just started jams. He was over there with, it was another station he was doing. I can't remember what it was called. With Eccles. Was it Chris Eccles?
Chris Eccles.
Chris Eccles.
So we sent a song over there. Jen sent him a song. We thought the song was smacking. Oh yeah, they jump going. Strick said, I can't play this. This is garbage. No, for real. For real. Did what he said. He said, I can't play this. This is garbage. I can't play this behind Kirk Franklin. I can't play this before Kirk Franklin. It got to be up to par.
Oh, my God.
The average, but see, that's what I was saying with that thin skin. The average person would have took that and tucked their tail and said, man, I can't do this. He was talking to me. He told Jen, but Jen came back and told me, I'm built different. So when I heard that, I was like, oh, he wanted to be like Kirk. Okay, I'm going to go try to get it like Kirk. So I started learning how to mix. I started learning how to make beats better. I started learning how to perfect my craft. But when he was telling Strick, Rich, I don't like that. I'm thinking like, well, what if Rich ain't built like me? And he quit.
Yeah. I got you.
So that's what my approach was like, bro, get a dude to check, let him rap one time.
That's good stuff.
So that's what my approach was. I remember that.
And some of that was to bring a little distance, Snipe, to see what people would do. Like he really just needed some time. He needed some time. Like he just needed to be around us. Now, when it comes to my how you want to say it, I was in a tough position too. Because I got the airwaves on a secular station trying to play whack gospel rap music. Like everybody thought what gospel rap music was whack. So my job was to make it as cool as it could be. I could only play stuff that would make people go, ooh, what's that? You know how many DJs I had asking me for my music? Asking me for my library. They were asking me for the music because they liked it. But at the same time, I got people coming in. Now, I will say this. Master P changed the game. Okay? The reason why Master P changed the game, Master P opened the door for Big Profit. Because all of that basement music, non-mixed music, you know, it made its way. It made its way onto the radio. But at the same time, it had to have some type of a sound that, you know, people wouldn't look at me crazy or turn it off because there's that whack gospel music again. I just didn't want I didn't want them to have Strick City associated with that whack gospel rap. Now I'm not saying that it wasn't. You know, some people could have just not liked the style. But for the people that liked the Sniper, I just felt like I had to give them as much excellence as I could.
Yeah.
You did that, bro. You did that. And a lot of people don't know you even gave us a hard time on songs. Me, Sniper, all of us. You gave us certain songs we want to play. You gave us a hard time on songs.
Yeah.
People don't know that because they feel like we were so close to you, you know.
This the crazy thing, though. The reason why I know he ain't being biased about it, he wasn't being biased about it back then, because, bro, to this day, Strick played Move one time on Gospel Jams. He didn't like Move like that.
Yep.
And this song used to rock every show at his show. But he played Move one time. He ain't like that joint like that.
He wouldn't play Street Life either, Snipe.
I really did had to tell Prophet, like I played Street Life one time. I looked at Prophet, I said, Prophet, I will never play this song again.
I remember that. I was in there.
People love that song though.
He had begged me to play the song. Like people so what happened with Move is the same thing with Street Life. So performing the song in the audience is different from playing it over the radio.
Playing on the radio.
Right.
But let me say this in Strick offense though, in his defense rather. But Strick did break a lot of songs that we didn't think would go. Like Tell 'Em Don't Cry on my album. Some stuff he was playing off of y'all album too that y'all weren't performing that y'all ended up performing. I forget the name of the song. It was kind of a crunk song too. So he did break a lot of records too with that method. But I get it though, being in that position, you know, that leadership position, you do have to kind of be, you know, the gatekeeper of what's coming through to save everybody else, really. But just being back and being a rapper, you figure I'm a gospel rapper, you know, this is what y'all play. Y'all should just put me on. Now, what I would tell people when they come to me, I would tell them, hey, listen, man, I'm going to take him your music or you get him your music. If he say change anything, just go do that. Yeah. That way you can take the excuse off the table if you feel like it's an excuse. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that was the information I usually would give people to get their music played and so forth. But yeah, you were like a villain out there, bro, to the folk. But tonight, I'm sure you felt it too. But they was attacking us to get to you, like we were you. I know A-Lo had to get it too.
Yeah, no comment.
But that's what happens with the gatekeeper. That's just having to go with the position.
I used to get a lot of comments, being the only female too around all you guys. That was interesting too. But anyways, shouts out to the people that are still rocking with us, man. All 30 some of y'all, man. Shouts out to my girl 7, Jay, Gary. Shouts out to my soror, Christina Jones Wade. LP is in the building. Josephine, David. I think that's how you say your name.
David.
David. Thank you. I knew I was messing it up. And shout out to G.I. Magus and Glenn the Mayor Adams.
That's my boy from, we grew up together. Like he know the whole story. That's Slug.
Oh, okay. So he knew you when you had the brush cut.
He knew me when I had the brush cut, played the drums in the church, trying to be a player. He know me. Slug.
Trying to be a player. Come out with music.
No, I was trying to date all the girls in the church.
Oh Lord.
Big shouts out to my man Big Jen, because out of all of that, you know, me and Jen, well, Jen was much older than me. Let me just say that, because I was around Sniper's age, and man, he had the job of trying to hold it all together, like managing it. And if you know Big Jen's personality, I mean, he's about as straight as I am. Like when it comes down to how it's gonna be, and man, he really kept it all together. I remember when y'all got the van. You remember the SYF van?
Yeah.
I didn't even get a chance to ride in the van, man. No rides. Nothing.
We had no space.
I'm about to say, did they have room, baby? It's about 20 of them on the roster.
We had, as soon as we got the van was already full. I'm like, man, we ain't got no room to grow in this thing.
we had some real memories, and Snipe is on because not only did he mean a lot to me as a person, a lot to the foundation of gospel jams. I'm telling you, when he produced our first stuff, like he did it. I don't know how old he was at the time, but it was Snipe stuff that made the sound, the elements that we had, and now he's producing major league artists. And I appreciate what God is doing in his life. I thank God for the time that we had together. I
Yeah.
really believed in him and his gift. And I'm not saying that because he made it now. You know, it was just in the relationship even back then. And we kind of
Mm-hmm.
kept up over the years. When I was in LA, guess what? I let my dude Snipe.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We got a chance to at least see each other while we was out there. All he had to do
Yeah.
was come down the street.
Yeah.
But I
That's thanks, man.
appreciate you, dude. I thank you for
Yeah.
taking the time out tonight to hang out with us. I always say that I'm going to keep these interviews or the Strick City Live under an hour. Then we get to talking. And by the time we get to talking, I bring Big Profit on, and then we talk some more. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. It was good though, man. You still ain't tell me what the thing was, but it's cool, man. You
We
can tell
never
me about that.
it's entertainment, Snipe. It's a question for
I know that's
entertainment.
what I'm trying to get you to entertain.
There was nothing to entertain. Like, there's really nothing to say. Like, we really, we just like anything. Like, me and Prophet had spats. Me and Alo never fell out about nothing. Me and Alo might have had like a day we didn't talk to each other. Like, we would get mad about something and not talk to each other for a day. But it really was like no big deal, and it was so much stuff going on back then. Do you know what we were doing for those young people in churches, man? Like, they're married with kids right now, talking
Yeah.
about your ministry, Snipe.
Yeah.
So what do you think Satan's gonna do? He's gonna do everything he can to kind of weave his way into
Mm-hmm.
pulling the team apart.
Yeah.
And we dealt with that. I don't think that pulling it apart was just some of our small disagreements. It's just like any
Mm-hmm.
group, you're going to disagree. Like inside of SYF, y'all probably had some disagreements. We had one group that used to come together and break up every other year.
Yeah.
Not one of the groups that kind of ran with us all the time, but there was a gospel group that they would break up and get back together and then have new members and old members come back, all that kind of stuff. So it was
Yeah.
never one of those things, man, that it wasn't love.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Especially for the place where in the beginning it was these guys that I started with. So I always appreciate that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Likewise, Doctor. But for the record, just so you can take this on with you, nobody in the fam knows of a falling out. You saw it in the comments when you said it. We don't know nothing about that, bro.
There was never a falling out between Strick and SYF family.
Okay.
All right, so you know. Now there was a clear. Listen, when Snipe went to LA or before you went, like, we weren't doing shows together, but it wasn't because we fell out.
Mm-hmm.
All right, it wasn't because we fell out. We still had love. I told y'all had me at the club trying to listen to your music, man.
Yeah. And then me and I think me and Seven had this conversation, or me and X had this conversation. And when you said, when you were saying about that's why the fam I feel like was so special, because for some reason we all feel like brothers and sisters. Like we never really had we had one altercation. This is gonna be a funny story for you right fast. We had one altercation in the entire history of the SYL family. Now, if I'm lying, Seven, tell them I'm lying in the comments. I think Christina might have been there too. We was doing a photo shoot for the main event. I had no money, no job, no car. That is Zamir. Get ready to take the picture. I was wearing thrift store pants. I started my own clothing line because I ain't had no money. So I put ribbons on the shirt with spray paint and being innovative. Put spray paint on there, put ribbons on there, got on top of the building and pointed down. That's why I had that on. But in that photo shoot, Maintain was like, "Oh, you ain't get my message and said, bring some change of clothes because we're going to take a picture." Now, I don't have no clothes. So when you ask me to go get some clothes that I don't have and I didn't drive here, I'm mad. So me and Big Jen get into an altercation. Not me and Monte, Big Jen. And for some reason in my brain, I felt like I could beat Big Jen up.
What?
Big Jen,
You were angry.
the biggest person in the whole group. He was saying whatever. I think he was just saying, you tripping, Snipe, you tripping. It ain't that deep, it ain't. I'm like, he ain't telling me that we supposed to bring clothes. I ain't got no clothes. I runs over to the gym. And tried to check puppy. He ain't budged. And then I got scared. I just hugged him. I'm like, I'm just playing. And to this day, that was the only time ever we had any kind of, and that wasn't even no real altercation because they were laughing at me. I was serious. I ready to fight. I'm like, we finna fuck. I ran over there, put my chest up here. Boom.
Now this
And
is
I said,
Snipe we just saw, little skinny Snipe, right? Little skinny, little bitty dude.
I'm bigger now than I was back then. Man, I bumped into him and that joker didn't budge. And I seen his face be like, oh Lord, give me a hug. I'm sorry. I'm just playing.
Boy,
He was like,
crazy,
nah,
man.
come on. Let's fight. I just ran out the building. That was the only time we ever had any kind of altercation. But me and Seven or me and X had a question. We were like, man, whatever happened to the fam? And so it was Sly. And he was like, man, no, Monte. Monte said this. He said, man, we got out the van after one show, and we just never got back in. and to this day, I be trying to think about like how we just stopped doing stuff, and I don't know. Seven can't tell you. Nobody know. We just got out the van after the show one time, and we just never got back in to do another show. We had bookings and stuff. We just never did them. I don't know what happened. If somebody know the answer, tell me. But I don't know. I know we got in the van, did the show, got it back home, got out the van, and never did another show.
Can y'all do another show today? You think y'all can get back together and it just like snap back?
Yeah, because like I said, we still communicate with each other now. It's just as far as we're not skinny anymore, and everybody's stamina may be a little suspect, but the chemistry and stuff will still be there because we still communicate to this day. You know what I'm saying? So it's not like the new edition getting back together or them putting the original Destiny Child back in with Beyonce and Kelly and everybody else in there too. It ain't like that. It ain't no tension between none of us. We could even bring, like, even Sebastian could come back and do some stuff with the family because we all came from the same nucleus. So it ain't like no tension was involved with nobody that was in the family. We just didn't get back in the van.
That's funny. All 15, 16 of y'all.
And a big 6-footer was, I think it was seven patches van. All of us was getting that one van.
Wow.
That's crazy. Ben, this has been good talking to you, man. Like it's like old times. It's really like old times. I wish you the best, dude. I really
Likewise,
do.
I wish you the best with this platform too, man. It's growing every week. Every week you add something new on there. Halo got her Wi-Fi right.
Yeah. If I learn how to work the system, we'll really get it, man. My deal was I had a lot going on today. You got to really set a lot of stuff up ahead of time. That being said, shouts out to Jen. Shouts out to my girl, Seven. Shouts out to Maintain, the Executioner, A Pastel. What's his name, man? What's he going by now?
On here he's King 6. Well, on here he's Cameron Mallory. On Instagram he's King 16.
I got you. And Eugene.
Yeah.
Did I get everybody?
Christine, Christine the Crump for Christ, Kiki Crump for Christ, Dan Williams, me, Melissa Michelle. You're gonna forget somebody, bro. It was a whole bunch of us.
Like naming the 7 dwarves. Like
Sleepy, Grumpy.
You're missing one. Hold on.
You're gonna miss one every time.
Dude, I would never forget that day y'all actually brought Melissa Michelle in on your shoulders.
I don't know.
You remember that? They brought Melissa Michelle up on his shoulders into the church.
At your church, Halo?
Yeah, it was that guy Light. That was the same show that you brought the actual computer in to run the music. You remember that?
No, that wasn't the same show.
That wasn't the same show?
That wasn't the same show. That was the same show we did the Mr. Rich thing on.
I got you. Right. That was a show before with Prime Minister. Prime Minister opened, like y'all opened for Prime.
And that was actually with Sebastian. Sebastian was in the group then.
Wow.
Yeah. And we brought this was before CDs was easy to burn. They was expensive. We brought the whole studio to the show. to set up just to play one song off of that joint.
So when he said you brought the whole computer, you brought like the fat back.
It was
not
big
laptops. Wasn't it? There wasn't no laptops like that.
It was
we
a
talking
computer.
About a desktop, tower, monitor, keyboard, mouse. Just to run. We did one song.
That's how serious you were, though. So
and we had a smoke machine.
Right there. That dedication, that heart, right there. That's how you do it. Okay, Snipe.
That's crazy. Hey, man, Hey, I'm sorry, man. I gotta wrap this up. We could go on all night talking about this stuff, man. And
man.
I really could. It was good chopping it up with you. I'm glad that you matured past that church hurt. I didn't know about it. I don't know if as much I could have done at the time, no more than like be there for you as a brother. But people deal with this all the time. Mm-hmm. So if anybody that's watching this tonight and you felt the way Sniper did, do what he did, which was mature out of it. Everybody make mistakes. Listen, even church members, church leaders make mistakes. Mm-hmm. Even when they deal with people. And we have to pray that God deal with our hurt and our pain, that we may be able to move forward. Because what that church is doing now, it has no impact on Sniper's life.
Nope.
None at all. He can go on and do on his own other stuff. So I wanna encourage somebody tonight. Like if you're really dealing with that, reach out to somebody, talk to somebody, and if nothing else, inbox me. I love to help in that way. I'm still here in the city as a local church leader, and I would love to help any way that I can, especially when somebody's really hurting and have pain from what the church has done to them. Anything you want to say, Snipe? Anything people can do? Like when I reach out to you for my artist spot, you know what I'm saying? How can I contact you?
Man, y'all follow me on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, all of them at Snipe Young. And like Strick said, man, don't let that stuff hinder you. Just remember that if God called you to do it, he gave you the tools and equipment to get to where you're trying to go. You just got to reach in there and pull out the right tool. You might have a toolbox full of tools. It's an Allen wrench, you can't put a Phillip head in there to fix it. He gave you the tools to get to where you need to be. So don't let that type of stuff keep you from being what God wants you to be. And don't let them punk you out. Don't do what I did and let them punk me out, then go back and realize, I shouldn't have let them. I'm telling you now, don't let them punk you out. If God calls you to do it, and then let them answer to God when it comes down to it. You know what I'm saying? So just remember, no don't always mean no. It just means not right now. Mm-hmm. Keep pushing, keep grinding, keep doing what you do. Just prepare yourself and make some shift happen. Meaning, if you see something that needs to be done, you need to prepare yourself to get to that particular space. Make that shift happen that you want to see happen in your life. You got to go out there and put those actual works with that faith. It ain't just, I believe God gonna give me this. I believe God gonna put that work with it. You can't. I could have believed I would be an NBA player, but if I didn't go out there and train and go do the proper training and the workouts and stuff, I'm not gonna get there. Faith without works is dead, being left alone. Yeah. You got to go ahead and apply that extra effort to it. And then you'll be good, man. Just enjoy life.
That's what's up, man. From Sniper himself, you know what I'm saying? We definitely appreciate you, brother. Alo, you want to wrap this up for me?
Snipe, we appreciate you, homie. We've had fun. We've laughed. We cracked on your horrible internet. It's been a great, wonderful interview. I appreciate you for coming on here, taking a few minutes out your day, man. You know, it's valuable. And we appreciate you for coming in with your old friends.
I appreciate y'all, man. Appreciate y'all thinking about me.
Yes, sir. God bless you. Hey, next Thursday, it is going down. We're going to do this all over again. Me and Alo will come on at 8 o'clock or somewhere around 8 o'clock to actually do some more interviews with you. I will try my best to get it together.
8. Huh? Yeah. I said we're shooting for 8. Just be around your computer, phone, iPad, whatever around that time.
Right. That's what's up, man. Appreciate y'all. Share this. Tell somebody that need to watch it. Check up on what my man Sniper had to say. God bless you. Peace.